sabi ko, it's not me, it's not us, it's God
Yeah.
who did all of those. That's one of the moment I would say, learning lesson na you'll see that you will be confident enough once you experience all of those.
Are there clients na very strict with college graduates? Or hinihingi ba nila yun?
Hindi talaga siya nire-require ng clients.
Oo.
No clients is gonna ask you about your degree. I want to be a CEO. As in, nawala na rin sa akin yung imposter syndrome na yun because of my husband. So my husband, my family, and my business mentor are the reason. And of course, si Lord mismo. The faith that I have is one of the reasons bakit siya natanggal. Yung tinatawag na if you really want to have a purposeful life, I believe na I'm doing it now. So, yun. When I say
Process.
great talent, those are the people that I would say na magi-stay and with the right culturally fit to what we're looking for. If you are able to do yung priorities mo, for me, the number one is God. Hindi yan mawawala. Si Lord yan. Pangalawa is family. Pangatlo is ministry. Pangapat is work. And lastly, recreation and relaxation. Di pwedeng mawala yon. Kasi if you're focused on those 4 things tas hindi ka man lang nag-enjoy sa buhay mo, mentorship is also acknowledging na I lack in something. I can't really mentor everyone in my team, but
Yes.
finding the right mentor for them can
Yes.
help.
Welcome to After Shift by Vane Philippines. I'm Clarice, and today's guest has built a name that inspires confidence, leadership, and transformation among freelancers and virtual assistants. From once being an aspiring freelancer to now becoming the CEO and president of Strategic Assistant Staffing, she's proof that with courage and consistency, you can build a career that transforms not only your life but also others. She's passionate about helping others step into their potential and take charge of their careers with confidence. Please let us all welcome Regine Unay Regencia. Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
po. Kamusta? How are you,
Mabuti
ma'am?
naman. It's great and I'm actually excited for today and yeah, all good.
Yeah, buti hindi tayo masyado na traffic. Ay, hindi. Ako pala, na traffic pala ako.
Naka-skyway kasi kami, so
Okay,
mabilis.
so dire-diretso lang. Okay, good. So, of course, I'll ask you right off the bat na, no, ma'am. I want to know how the confidence from your beginning to small steps. So, what was your life like before everything?
Medyo mahaba to. Ready ka na?
Go. Ready.
Sige. So, life before being an agency owner, I actually started sa pagtitinda. Like dito sa parents ko kasi, they have their own business. Pero ano yun, tindahan ng mga gulay, as in. And then may kaunting karne, may kaunting sari-sari store, kumbaga. Pero more on gulayan talaga siya. So that's how I started. Nagtitinda ako doon. I actually took over with my father. Dalawa lang kami nagtitinda. Kasi there was an issue. There was the biggest challenge in our family na kailangan kong mag-stop as a college student. After ng first year, nag-stop ako and then I worked there. 18 years old lang ako nun. So that's when I started actually working. As early as 18 years old. And then after that, kinuha ko ng nanay ko sa Laguna. I became receptionist in a yoga center. And there, I've actually encountered yung very first US client ko at an 18-year-old, kumbaga, that time. He is a chiropractic US doctor. So nandun siya. And then, as a receptionist, wala siyang sariling secretary. So I stepped in. Ako yung ginawa nilang secretary.
So, all around.
Oo, all around, kumbaga yung ano ko doon, role. And then I stayed there for almost a year. And then that's where bumalik ako Manila and then I became a call center agent. So doon na, yun yung transition ng career ko, kumbaga.
Sobrang, parang bilis lang.
Oo.
nangyari.
Pero years din naman yung pagitan nun. And then I was in the call center industry for like 5 years then. Pero in between, I was also a real estate agent. O, di ba?
Ang daming racket.
Ang daming racket. And that's my career path, kumbaga, before I actually became a freelancer to an agency owner.
Can you share your story kung paano ka, yung first client mo on, of course, as a VA?
So this was during pandemic. I am still a call center agent back then, pero work from home.
Okay.
And then, kapapanganak ko pa lang kasi noon.
Oh.
During pandemic, yung first day ng lockdown, I actually learned that I'm actually pregnant with my second baby. Lockdown yun
Oo
That was
nga,
March
ang hirap.
15.
May OB
Diba? May
checkups
ano
ka
pa.
pa.
May ano pa ako niyan. May, hindi ko makalimutan yung day. Kasi first day ng lockdown, tapos nalaman ko buntis ako. I'm a call center agent. I still have an option to actually go in the office. Pero dahil nga I was pregnant,
Mahirap.
di ba
Risky.
takot tayo that time?
Yes.
So sabi ng asawa ko, sige, wag ka nang pumasok, ako na lang. So for 1 month, I stayed at home kasi wala pang option to work from home. Pero
Ah,
after 1 month, binigyan kami ng opportunity na magdiretso ng work sa bahay. So I was able to still continue. Pero pagkapanganak ko, 1 week old pa lang yung baby ko, that's when I started searching na. Sabi ko, kasi syempre there's limit for working from home, 'di ba? And they're gonna ask us to go back after the pandemic. So sabi ko, I can't continue na. Yung parang ayoko nang bumalik sa office. So I searched online and there I was able to look for freelancing Facebook groups, my Upwork, ganito, ganyan. So I started building my Upwork account. And that's actually where I found my very first client. Pero what was a little funny is that the first client kumbaga na nakita ko doon, hired me for just 1 hour a week. Di ba? 1 hour a week lang yung kanyang project.
Yes,
So, ganun
oo.
lang siya. But I did not stop there. Sabi ko, hindi pa. Kasi kakababalik ko lang nakaano pa ako nun maternity leave. So, hindi. Sabi ko, I will continue until I find yung very first full-time client ko, kay Upwork pa din. I actually got 2 or 3 ata na full-time client kay Upwork. And then, 2 projects. Ganun ako nag-umpisa, di ba?
Parang ang
Full-time.
bilis talaga ng transition ng life mo naman.
Oo.
Kahit sa corporate and then to online. No?
Mabilis din. Pero sa Upwork, I actually stayed there for more than a month bago ako nakahanap ng client. Talagang mawawalan ka ng pag-asa during that time Like, is this release for me? Mga ganito. Kasi ang ginagawa ko sa phone ko and then sa computer, search, ano ba yung pwede sa akin dito? Yun. As in talagang every day you're gonna scroll and check kung alin yung pwede. And yun, just really continue and I was able to get my first client kay Upwork.
Of course, part lagi naman yan ng virtual assistant na nagsa-start. So, ano yung pinaka-struggle mo when you were starting? And of course, how did you overcome it?
As a freelancer, more on wins, I would say. Ang pinaka-struggle lang talaga is to get the very first client.
Yes.
And then the first client I got is just 1 hour per week, di ba? Yun yung challenge. But once parang nakuha mo na yung pinaka-first client mo wherein you're okay na, I thank God, hindi ko kinukuha yung credit for that kasi I prayed for it. I prayed for the client that I want to work with. Unang-una is yung rate, yung pinaka-gusto kong rate, like my dream rate. I prayed for that and I prayed for the dream client. Yung hindi sila mahirap ka-trabaho. Yun lang, I think ang struggle lang is just to really get past yung having your, sabi nga nila, icebreaker yung tawag doon Once you break that, yung first client mo, you'll be able to get through it na. So, yun.
Ayun nga kasi if you are starting, ang hirap pang magpakilala and to give credibility, especially siguro kung wala ka pang testimonials or,
Yes.
or anything. Talagang kapit ka lang sa skills mo na siya. So, how did you transition from, of course, corporate to work from home aside from yung pandemic nga?
I'm just really blessed. Siguro kasi nga, we understand there's a lot of challenges during pandemic But it was a blessing in disguise for us. For me, personally, especially sa career, no? Since nag-work from home na ako as a call center agent, tuloy-tuloy na siya. Pero yung first, laptop ko is a second-hand laptop. Pinili ko yun sa last sahod ko as a call
work
center
pa nun.
agent. Oo. So, that's how I transitioned. Talagang parang wala siyang lapse Kasi hindi din pwede during that time with our financial status, hindi pwedeng ma-stop ako mag-work. Though, dalawa kami nag-work ng asawa ko, pero it's a big miss kapag isa sa amin is nawalan ng income. So, I'm just really blessed na walang ganung gap. After ng call center career is transition ka agad sa freelancing. So, yun.
So, from all of the clients, tingin mo alin dun yung memorable ba? Remarkable client na I think stable na ako dito or I think buhay na ako dito sa client na to.
Actually, 3 sila.
Wow!
3 sila. And I'm just blessed na even up until now, I was able to stay in contact or at least have that great relationship na kahit hindi ko man sila kausapin. Yung ganun. Yung we stop, kasi hindi na ako nag-work sa kanila I was able to at least build the relationship na nung nag-end yung contract is they're happy for my progress. They know exactly na na ako ng agency owner na ngayon, kumbaga. So, I'm blessed. One of them is, sige, pwede bang pangalan?
Up to you, ma'am.
si Derek Straw is one of the Canadian client actually siya. And he did not just hire me, he also hired my husband. So, isa yun sa mga biggest win ko. And then, yung Brand Star naman, that's the number 1 talaga na nagturo sa akin. And I would say na pinaka-stepping stone ko siya kasi the skill set that I was able to build, kasi I didn't know, isa pa pala yung sa struggle, no, to transition to freelancing na ano bang klase ng specialty or skill set will you be
Yes.
offering.
Yes.
So ako bilang call center agent, I thought I'm also gonna transition as a customer service VA. Pero I'm glad na hindi nangyari. Kasi naging business development VA. So it's all about lead generation and so on. Natuto ako sa automation, how to reach out to clients. And that's exactly the stepping stone going to the agency life na. Kasi I know exactly how to reach out Natutunan ko yun kay Brandstar, yung mga first clients that I work with. And even yung mga automation behind and what are the right tools to use, all of those came from the clients that I work with before transitioning sa agency. So yun. All of them are memorable actually.
Yes. Lahat naman siguro meron tayong really remarkable clients. Meron din akong clients before na hindi ko na rin siya nakakausap. Though friend ko sila sa social media, so they're really updated with what's going on. Kahit yun nga, hindi na kami nag-work together. So, marami actually aspiring VAs and I think most of our audience will be that. And syempre, meron na rin seasoned. What do you think you can give them an advice to encourage to, don't self-doubt or don't lose hope?
Hindi naman siguro kasi talaga mawawala yung doubts, fears, 'di ba? Kasi you're transitioning to something na unknown for you and not something new, 'di ba? So, I think three things for me. First is be intentional, second is be prepared, and third is just really pray and do your best. Parang apat na yun. Do your best siguro yung pangatlo. So, first is being intentional. Kasi there's those people na I'd like to try it out, pero they don't even have the intention to actually stay or at least do their best before quitting. Kasi I understand naman na being a VA or freelancer is not really for everyone.
Yes.
There will be a time na you will realize hindi talaga ito para sa akin. Pero for me, if you're really planning, first of all, you have to be intentional. Na you have to do your best talaga. And then, being intentional meaning you have to be prepared. Kasi yung iba, okay, I'd like to try this out, pero parang pag sinabi mo, kailangan mag-training, kailangan mag-prepare ng portfolio, wala na. They're gonna try out few days, few weeks, few months siguro, tas wala na. Diba? Preparedness for me is everything. Kasi, even yung as being prepared sa mga questions sa interview is already a big thing kasi you're trying to build a professional career, not just a one-time, sabi nga nila, one-time thing, yung mga ganon. So, for me, that's really big, being prepared. And lastly is yung you have to do your best na. Kasi may mga nakuha na nila yung client nila, pero parang they're taking it for granted. I've seen a lot of VAs, especially yung mga nag-a-apply sa amin, na they've taken for granted a lot of great clients. And that's one of the, I would say, biggest flex ko sa freelancing industry are the clients that we work with. Isa pa lang yung isang client pa lang yung na-encounter ko na hindi maganda yung ugali. Pero most of them, thank God, isa pa lang. Pero in my 4 years of working in this industry, most of them are really generous, easy to work with. And ang sarap lang nila ka-work kasi very sila yung sasabihan ka nila, thank you for your work. Ano bang tamang word na hinahanap ko? Kasi pag may ginawa kang something na beyond what they're expecting or more than what they're expecting, very magti-thank you talaga sila sa'yo. Appreciative. That's the word.
Okay.
Thank you. So, that's the kind of clients, I would say, siguro sa mga aspiring VAs out there, pray for that client and you'll get it. Kasi that's the kind of client we're working now. We're currently working still with.
Kasi part of being a newbie is itetest talaga your faith. Kasi
grabe.
parang syempre yung bills naman hindi naman nila alam kung saan mo kukunin yung pambayad mo. Basta magbayad ka ganyan. Pero yun nga, medyo kalaban mo kasi yung time as well. Kasi parang ano ba yun, ang tagal nung first client ko ever. Talagang medyo parang magkaka-anxiety ka na or anything like that. So, of course, building your agency, your people. What role did confidence play in that area,
For me, it's a big thing. Pero hindi mo kasi agad makukuha yun. For me, confidence will come in once you acknowledge your weaknesses, your doubts, and fears. Kumbaga, if you can't go past it or past those, yung mga na-mention ko kanina, you won't really say that you're already confident enough to build your team and build your agency, kumbaga. So, ang dami kong crying moments. lalo na nung nag-uumpisa, we didn't actually started as SAS or Strategic Assistant Staffing, hindi. Nag-start kami as OBS, Optimized Business Solutions. And that's with 3 Filipino founders lang. Wala kaming US partner pa back then. And there was this one time na sabi ko, di ko na talaga kaya. It's better for me to just be a freelancer than be an agency owner. So, I actually crafted, sinend ko talaga yun. As in, nagsulat ako ng resignation email sa dalawang co-founder ko. I'm resigning as the CEO. Sabi ko, hindi ko na kaya. There's a lot of issues and challenges back then as a woman. Bilang ako na nag-iisang babae sa 3 founders sila, 2 silang, kumbaga, lalaki. And they're both graduates. College graduates. Ako, hindi ako nakapagtapos. So, from there, ina-acknowledge ko na luck ako sa side na yon. Another thing is, I don't have a business background. And the list can actually go on. So, ang dami kong doubts, fears, sinasabi na imposter syndrome. Yes, I have a lot of those. So, that was when I was starting. Pero if you can go past through all of those, and that's because of faith that I have. Hindi ko malalagpasan yung wala si Lord. kung wala tayong kumbaga hindi malalim yung ating pananampalataya, yung ating faith kay Lord. Kumbaga kasi it's a surrender. I surrendered. Sige, ito nasusulat ko na yung resignation email ko as the CEO. And then I sent it. Pero the following day, there's that something. Kaya sabi ko, if you surrender, it's not because you're weak. You surrender because you are strong. You're courageous to actually acknowledge na ayaw mo na. That was the experience that I had. So when I wrote that email, kinabukasan, one of the clients that we're currently working with under that old agency, nag-email siya. Sabi niya, I just came from a visionary summit and I see the potential in this business. I'd like to partner with you. Doon alam mo yung kaka-resign ko lang as the CEO. Tapos sabi ko, hindi ko na kaya. Tapos biglang nag-email and that's how we transitioned to SaaS. And right now, that client is now our US partner and my business mentor. Sabi ko, it's not me, it's not us, it's God who did all of those. Na talagang wala eh. I acknowledge na talagang wala ako, I surrendered, pero si Lord talaga yung kumilos. And now, I'm still the CEO, even though I wrote that resignation letter, di ba? Parang, anong nangyari? Pero that's one of the moment, I would say, learning lesson na you'll see that you will be confident enough once you experience all of those.
Siguro parang blessing in disguise siya na. Or parang sign din siya sa'yo ni Lord, no, huwag kang mag-resign, ibabalik ko sa'yo yan.
True.
Pero yun nga, ma'am, one of the most asked question from us is, ang iniisip kasi nila is, dapat you have mentioned kasi you're undergrad, hindi ka nagtapos ng college. Are there clients na very strict with college graduates? Or hinihingi ba nila yun? Or
That's a good question, no? This is the first time that I was actually asked with that question.
kasi
hindi talaga siya nire-require ng clients. No clients is gonna ask you about your degree, as in. So,
at least on your
with my
experience, diba?
yeah.
No? Kasi yun nga, daming naming questions na, actually sa amin din, kino-question din namin minsan yung clients na, eto namang applicants na to is skilled naman, so still asking why do you still need, kung kaya niya naman yung work, diba?
Oo.
But yun nga, ma'am, balik tayo sa imposter syndrome. And na-mention mo nga siya earlier. So, can we talk about that more?
Sure. Kasi siguro, that's really part of the journey. And I am still on that journey right now. I wouldn't say na, na ako doon, nakaalpas na ako doon. Pero there's still those moments na talagang parang iniisip ko na, bakit hindi na lang bumalik as a freelancer? parang are these all real na I'm the CEO and president of an agency? There's still those moments, lalo pag may mga problema.
Yeah.
Pag may mga VA na ganito, ganyan. Nagkaka-issue and so on. Pero it's still about going back to your why you even started. So, I'm just blessed na the reason for me when I actually started or na-realize ko na one day I woke up, I want to be a CEO. Actually,
Wow.
yung very first person na pinagsabihan ko is yung husband ko. Tapos sabi ko, heart tawag. I want to be a CEO. Pero hindi niya ako connection. It's not yung funny look na, ano daw?
Iniisip nito.
Yung ganon. He gave me the, siguro he's one of the reason why I'm confident and nawala na rin sa akin yung imposter syndrome na yun because of my husband. So my husband, my family, and my business mentor are the reason. And of course, si Lord mismo. The faith that I have is one of the reasons bakit siya natanggal. I can say na imposter syndrome is wala na halos. Pero yung parang transitioning na parang gustong bumalik sa freelancing, parang paminsan-minsan bumabalik sa akin yun.
Bumabalik
Pero
siya.
ano lang naman yun pag may mga challenges. Pero yung imposter syndrome, I really believe that this is the job, this is the career that God has given me. Yung tinatawag na if you really want to have a purposeful life, I believe na I'm doing it now. So, yun.
If you have any advice you could give to VAs that having self-doubt or thinking that they are not good enough to start in this industry, what would it be?
Just look at yung mga nasabi ko kanina, I would say. Like me when I started, I have 2 kids. I have a 1-week-old baby when I started. Hindi ako nakapagtapos ng pag-aaral. I only finished 2 years in college. I tried again After ko I tried again pero hindi ko talaga natapos. And then I don't have a business background. I don't even have the skill set of a VA. Diba pag sinabing VA, you can be an EA, you can be a social media manager, and the list can go on. I only have my experience as a call center agent, being a customer service. Yun lang talaga. I didn't even had the proper training back then. Basta nung nakita ko yung sa job post sa Upwork, sabi, no experience needed. Sabi ko, uy, I took
Laban na
the
to.
opportunity, di ba? Pero one thing that I'm gonna tell you guys, it's not about the doubts or yung parang you being shy in this industry. Hindi yun yung magpapastay sa inyo. It's about your work ethic and how you're gonna take care of the client. Yun pa rin talaga yun. For me, madali na makakuha ng client ngayon The only question is how long will the client work for you? It's up to you. It's up to you how you're gonna show your skill set. So, yun.
Strategic assistant staffing, how did it start?
Yun na. Yung kanina, di ba?
Yes.
So, it started, yun nga, yung one of the clients that, hindi siya first one of the few clients that we are able to close dun sa unang agency. He offered to become one of our partner and we took the opportunity.
Yes.
And one of the good thing, kasi hindi lang naman siya yung nag-offer actually sa amin ng partnership, no? He's not the first, kumbaga. Kaya lang, I like his offer in a way na he's gonna bring in client and he's gonna mentor us. Yung talagang he's gonna be involved in the way that we're doing sales and marketing, and that's what we're looking for, someone that's involved, hindi yung someone that's just gonna give us a capital and bahala na kami. Kasi yun yung mga first offering sa amin magbibigay daw sila ng capital and we don't need capital in this business, no? Especially if you're starting out a freelancing or VA agency. We don't need money. We need people that can help us learn.
Yes.
So that's exactly how we started. And then we started as a family business, by the way. So Ray is one of the founder. He's my husband. The other co-founder is my sister-in-law, kapatid ng asawa ko. And then, yung sa HR head namin ngayon is yung kapatid ng asawa ko. Kaka-graduate niya lang. He started as a social media manager. And then, 2 years ago, he became, 2 years na ba yun? O magto 2 years pa lang. He became our HR head kasi natapos niya na yung kurso niya. Sakto. Sakto sa kurso niya. So, yan na. Nandyan na siya. And then, yung asawa rin ng yung asawa rin ng sister-in-law ko nasa amin din, yung kapatid ko nasa amin din. And then yung other kapatid na, basta we started that way before we actually grow our operations team. And now our virtual assistants are all over the Philippines na. So everybody is working from home.
Wow.
Yun.
And how did you guys keep being consistent?
I would say it's something that I learned in my freelancing journey, na once you say yes to something or to a project or to a client, you do your best. So, and then there's a lot of tools that can actually help us be consistent just by opening your calendar. For me, calendar is my tool. If you're gonna ask about tool to be consistent, calendar is number 1. Nakaplot lahat siya ng schedule ko on a daily basis. Even the personal stuff are there. Mondays to Sunday. Even the personal stuff like the ministry and all, nandyan yan lahat sa calendar. So, it really helped me to be consistent. Another thing is, yes, consistency is a great thing. Pero yung someone that's gonna push you to do best, yun din. That's another thing. So, my family, especially my husband, is one of them. And then my business mentor, which is one of our co-founder din, si Ryan, is my mentor. So, siya yung klase ng mentor kasi may mentorship call kami once or twice a week. Ipupush ka talaga sa limit. So, before, parang ayoko ng ganitong call, nadidrain ako, napapagod ako. Pero I realized na it's something that we also need. We can be consistent all we want, pero we also need someone that can push us to do more. Kasi sometimes we think it's our limit na. Ito na yun Pero if we have someone who's gonna push us, malalaman natin, meron pa pala. Kaya ko pa pala.
So, what is your take on hiring newbies?
Right now, we're doing that. Just for some roles, right now we're hiring newbies sa sales and sa customer service. On the other roles, like executive assistants sa social media, we're hiring less than 1 year experience. We actually used to hire people na minimum of 2 years experience. That was before. Kaya lang, this is something na a new trend na I think going on in the HR industry na pahirap na ng pahirap yung, when I say
Process.
great talent, those are the people that I would say na magi-stay and with the right culture, culturally fit to what we're looking for. Right now kasi ang dami ng, pag sinabing experience, matigas ng ulo. May mga ganang
Yun
issues.
nga lang. So, most likely, hindi na trainable.
Yes. Another thing is they don't like the engagements. Like, they want to work alone. Kasi
Parang leave
nasanay
me
na
alone,
sila sa
ganun.
freelancer eh. So, we understand naman that not everyone can fit to an agency setup. That's why we ask them, are you okay to work under an agency? Which means there's engagement, there's a coach that's
Yeah.
gonna assist you. You're not gonna work alone, yung mga ganon. So, we ask all of those stuff before hiring them. Pero meron pa rin nakakalusot talaga. Yung yes lang ng yes sa interview, at the end, ayaw pala nila ng coach, ayaw nila ng time tracking, which we respect all of that kasi I started as a freelancer myself. That's why you have to tell us if you're fit to an agency or not before joining us. Kaya nga ngayon, nandito na kami sa situation wherein we're now hiring newbies kasi gusto namin kami na yung mag-train from the beginning para mas ano kasing retention pag ganun eh. Especially mga call center friends.
So, what is the most important leadership value for you?
Leadership value, I would say, I lead by example. Hindi ko alam kung paano ko siya na-develop. I just learned along the way na ganun yung leadership style ko. That's because when I started as a freelancer, how was I able to manage yung 3 full-time and then may mga project-based pa ako? Is I hired my family.
Tulungan niyo ako ngayon.
Oo. So, nauna dun yung sister-in-law ko, si Riza May, which is I'm really blessed kasi pareho kami ng work ethic. Pareho kami mag-work.
Okay.
So, we always do 101% of our best. Ganun kami magtrabaho. And I lead by example in a way na I do it first. I do the best that I can and then I train them how to do it as well. So, ganun ako nag-start. Even up until now sa operations in the agency, I still do it. Ewan ko, hindi na mawawala sa akin yun.
What does transformation mean to you as a woman and as a leader?
As a woman and as a leader, I've experienced both. And I've also struggled in both. Pero I would go back to what I said earlier. Transformation for me is acknowledging your doubts, your fears, your weaknesses, and then transforming it to a life of purpose. So, if you're gonna go past all of those kasi you're gonna see, ano ba yung purpose ko? And why am I having all of these doubts and fears? Pag na-acknowledge mo na lahat yon, you're gonna see your life paunti-unti matatransform in a way na ang pinaka-goal kasi natin is hindi puro trabaho.
Yes.
Our life here on earth is napakabilis. Sabi ng Bible, ang buhay natin is hindi lang dito sa mundo. We have an eternal life, 'di ba? Na God has given us, Jesus has given us, 'di ba? So, nasa atin na how we're gonna transform our life to living a life full of purpose. So for me, yung sinasabi kong purpose, that's for me is the biggest transformation I've experienced personally. Kasi I'm now living a life of purpose in a way na yung priorities in life ko is nagagawa ko na. Not nagagawa, but I'm balancing it na.
Yes.
Yung sinasabi nilang work-life balance.
Yes.
For me, I call it a life of purpose. If you are able to do yung priorities mo, for me, that number 1 is God. Hindi yan mawawala. Si Lord yan. Pangalawa is family. Pangatlo is ministry. Pangapat is work. And lastly, recreation and relaxation. Di pa rin mawala yon. Kasi if you're focused on those 4 things tas hindi ka man lang nag-enjoy sa buhay mo. For my husband and I, we make sure na kada taon meron kaming out of the country and then dito din sa Pilipinas we also explore. We travel a lot and that's one way of us to be more purposeful, I would say. Kasi hardcore kumbaga yung buhay namin Monday
Yes.
to Sunday. Mas busy ako kapag ka weekend, Saturday and Sunday because of the ministry, which I am really honored to be able to do that na kaya ko na siyang gawin ngayon with the life that I'm living. Kahit na busy ako Monday to Friday sa trabaho, I make sure na mas busy ako sa weekend because of the ministry.
For
So, that's what I call purposeful life. So, that's the kind of transformation I was able to experience after all of the doubts and fears.
Yes.
So, yun.
So, you have mentioned you really have a lot of hats. You know, how do you make sure na lahat ng people who are working with you, for you, is, they are well mentored when they stayed with you?
kasi nga I lead by example. So most of the time, nag-advantage siya pero meron ding disadvantage yon. I've learned that recently. Kasi sometimes I go beyond what I am doing na nagagawa ko na rin yung trabaho
Yes.
ng team. So there's a disadvantage kapag yun na yung nangyayari. Pero I learned in a way na I'm just there to mentor them, to help them, to train them. To lead by example, yes, pero at the end of the day, we need to empower them to do the best that they can on the role that you've given to them. Now, it's also one thing in acknowledging or at least understanding, are they the right, kumbaga the right people on that seat? So, kasi pag ako lang yung tumitingin, I feel like they're on the right seat naman. Pero when my business mentor came in, iba yung kanyang perspective. So, I'm also learning. Ang dami kong kumbaga natututunan this year. It's about acknowledging really. Mentorship is also acknowledging na I lack in something. Kaya I can't really mentor everyone in my team, but
Yes.
finding the right mentor for them can
Yes.
help.
Yes.
So, halimbawa yung HR head namin, sabi ko, you need to have a consultant. Kailangan meron kang weekly man lang, once a week call with that consultant. All questions you have under HR, ask that person. Kasi hindi naman ako magaling sa lahat. Especially, I don't have a business background. Usap tayo about sales and marketing, pero even on that side, I'm still learning din eh. I learn by mentorship and then mentoring them. If not me, is finding the right people na mas magaling sa akin or magaling dun sa ano na yon, sa department na yon. So, yun.
Actually, you're still helping them pa rin naman eh, because you're helping them find di mo perfect siguro, siguro the right person for them to improve. Kumbaga parang companion nila.
Yes.
And is there anyone na siguro parang nag-stand out or remarkable for you that you have touched during, being a mentor?
I can't really say na yung talagang mentorship. Kasi
Yes.
right now, what I know with mentorship is dapat meron kayong weekly standing call, meron kayong check-in, o how are you na in this side, and meron na bang changes na nangyayari. I can't really say na, or I can't really get the credit na talagang minentor ko sila ng talagang by the book.
Yes.
Pero I'm really proud. Ito, si Riza May, yung aking sister-in-law, she started as my very first VA, kumbaga. She handled the very first client that I was able to close. And then, nakita ko yung transformation in a way na nag-handle lang siya ng mga clients ko before, but now she was able to get her own client and even build her own agency. Mini agency in a way na nakatulong siya sa mga students because of the client that she got on her own. And Resume is also another inspiring story for me kasi hindi siya ganun kagaling talaga mag-English. Ang ginawa niya kwento ko lang ng kaunti yung kanyang story, is before the interview, in-email niya agad si client, hey client, di ako ganun kagaling mag-English, pero I can tell you that my experience and skill set is something that I can mabibigay ko
Yes,
sa'yo.
yes.
So, ganun yung ginawa niya. And she was able to close the deal, the client. Oo. Though, lang siya, short term lang siya, 2 years, pero 2 years din na. But now, I can see the transformation in a way na co-founder na rin siya ni SAS.
Wow.
And she's handling one of the biggest department. Andyan yung payroll tsaka invoices sa client. So, handle niya lahat yan. And the legality side sa government compliances. So, grabe. From being just parang nasa likod lang, yung parang taga-assist lang, he's now leading on her own department din kay SAS.
Siyempre, sa lahat-lahat ng pinagdaanan na building this, So, what the success looks like for you now?
Success is just really being happy with what you currently have na siguro. Yung success is all about living a purposeful life, yung nabanggit ko kanina, which is for me is the most important thing. Kasi we'll never know naman kung hanggang kailan yung life natin dito here on earth, di ba?
Yes, yeah.
So, yun. That is what success is for me.
So, how has your definition of success changed over the years?
Dati kasi gusto ko lang magkatrabaho, gusto ko yung freelancing kasi ang gaganda ng mga wins nila, di ba? Yung mga stories nila sa Facebook.
Yes.
6 digits and all,
Yeah.
binibigyan ng bonus ng client. Ganun. Gusto ko yung mga ganon. And for me, just landing my very first client is already a success. Yung mga ganon, gusto ko rin yung mga success stories nila. Pero right now, success for me has changed in a way na what's really is important to me and to be able to live ito nga yung purpose na binigay sa akin, yung mission na binigay sa akin ni Lord. Yun yung pinaka-importante. Kasi I treat the work that I do, I treat SAS as a ministry na din eh. My whole life is now a ministry. My whole life is now a testimony of how good God is in my life. So, siguro yung pinaka-transformation ng success for me is to be able to really say na, hey, I would say na I am successful and happy, not because I am skilled, not because I'm talented, but because I have God in my life. Yun.
Yes, of course. And what would you say to your beginner self?
Huwag kang iyakin.
Kaya mo yan. Makakaraos ka din.
Parang, huwag kang iyakin. Matatapos din yung problema. Hindi naman yung mag-i-stay. Siguro yung sasabihin ko sa sarili ko before.
Siguro ako din gano'n. Kapit ka lang.
Oo.
Makakarating ka din dyan. So, any final words of encouragement for aspiring struggling VA?
Final word siguro is pray. Pray first and then take action. Kaka-post ko lang nito sa Facebook. Kasi there's a lot of things in life na we can do on our own. We can plan all we want, pero sabi nga ng Biblia, we can plan everything that we want, pero it's still God who gives success to all of those plans. So, unang-una talaga si Lord muna. Pray for that. And then lastly is to act on it naman. Kasi yung iba naman puro pray ng pray. Hindi
Yes.
naman nagtatrabaho, di ba?
Ayun na nga
Oo.
Sabi
So,
nga nasa ano yun? Nasa Diyos ang awa, nasa
Oo.
tao ang gawa. So, totoo siya.
Nasa Biblia din yung wag pakainin yung di nagtatrabaho or wag pakainin yung tamad, o 'di ba? So it should be balanced.
Yes.
So 'yun.
Hindi naman si God ang mag-work for us, of course.
God can make a way, but you
Yes,
still have
He
to
will
do
make
your
a way.
best.
Pero
Oo.
yun nga, ikaw pa rin yung ano.
Totoo.
So, any platforms you want to mention where they can follow you?
Active ako sa Facebook account ko personally. So
And
yung
your
my blue
agency,
chip.
of course.
Oo. And my, yun nga, yung agency namin, Strategic Assistant Staffing. And then we also have a different Facebook page for just the career. Kumbaga kung saan kami nagpo-post ng mga available job. So SAS, Virtual Assistant Career naman yon. So very, di ba, straightforward.
Yes.
Kaya doon na mismo, SAS, Virtual Assistant Career. So nandun lahat naka-post yung mga available jobs right now.
So, ilagay na lang namin siguro yung link sa para madali nila makita. And last question, ma'am, what is your favorite thing to do after shift?
After shift.
Yes.
Actually, I don't know. Siguro kasi mother talaga eh. With the family pa din. That's what I love doing. Iba kasi yung parang no matter how stressed you are or no matter how busy you are, pero yung isang yakap lang ng anak mo, yung parang tanggal lahat, ang gaan sa pakiramdam. And I always thank God because of the blessing na binigay sa amin ng mag-asawa. Yung dalawa naming anak. So, that's what I love doing after shift. Actually, yung pinaka-after shift ko is pagkagising na kinaumaga. Kasi yung after shift ko is tulog agad yun.
Yes.
So, yung pinaka talagang mid-shift kasi ang schedule ko.
Okay.
So, I start around 3 or 2 hanggang 12 midnight yon. And then after nun, tulog na agad ako nun. So, yung kinabukasan ko morning yan with the kids, bonding with the family yun. So, sobrang sarap lang. And that's one of the biggest flex siguro of a motherhood, to be able to work from home and still be there with the kids. So, yun.
Yes, siguro kasi first time din ako, first time mom and
First
5
time mom
months.
mo?
Yes.
5 months?
5 months pa lang siya. So,
Enjoy that.
one hand. So, yung isang kamay ko nandito, isa. So, medyo clingy siya. So, I guess I can still relate with you and with all the moms working. And yun nga, many hats that we are wearing. So, yun ma'am, thank you so much for your time. Parang mabilis lang, pero parang matagal din at the same time. Pero yun ma'am, thank you so much and thank you for watching After Shift by Vane Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you.